Hello and welcome. Today I am going to be speaking to you all about posture. So if you work with a pupil or if you have a child and you're a little bit concerned about their posture, stay tuned and I am going to be giving you some helpful and handy tips and ideas of how to help and support your child. Whether we are sitting or standing, making sure our bodies and our spine is in alignment is very important. Poor posture can affect many aspects of learning in the classroom, from poor attention and focus to poor handwriting. If a student has poor posture, it's likely they might have weak core muscles. If a child has weak core muscles, it's possible that they'll have difficulty with many other areas of movement, such as balance, poor gross motor skills, and poor fine motor skills. Coming up, I'll be sharing tips of what to look out for and ideas of how you can improve your child or pupil's posture. Does your child have good standing and walking posture? Well, the best way to identify this is by looking at the child from the side. What we're looking for from a good standing posture is if the ear, shoulder, hip, knee and ankle are all in line. If everything is in line, the alignment of our spine is correct. Sitting posture is a little different and can be trickier to spot if a child is sitting correctly. Here's what to look out for: a 90-90-90 sitting position. 90 degrees at the hip, 90 degrees at the knee and 90 degrees at the ankle. Don't forget to make sure that the child's chair is tucked in as much as possible without making them uncomfortable, of course. Ensuring the chair is tucked in properly will also stop the child from slouching and wriggling in their chair. So something we see in the classroom all the time is a child sitting on their chair swinging their feet. This is actually an indication that the chair the child's sitting on is too big, rather than the child being silly or messing about on their chair, which is often what we think. For good posture, we need our feet to be grounded on the floor to create a stable base. So what can we do about this? A simple trick is to put something like a box or a stack of heavy books underneath the child's feet to ensure they have a stable base. If we feel secure and stable on our chair and we're sitting in a comfortable position, we can use all our concentration to focus on the task at hand. Whereas if we're not grounded on our chair, it's quite likely we're using a lot of brain power thinking about readjusting ourselves or making sure we don't fall off our chair. Making sure a child is stable in their seat means better concentration. Quite often, poor posture in children is caused from not developing sufficient muscle strength from a young age. Making sure your child or pupil has regular opportunities throughout the days and weeks to move their bodies helps to naturally elongate and strengthen their muscles. Activities such as playing in the park, climbing on climbing frames, engaging in a sport activity such as yoga, running, cycling and swimming all help to develop core stability and strength. Inadequate core strength can make even the most mundane of tasks a challenge. So before iPads, phones, video games and streaming subscriptions, children and young people spent way more time outdoors playing. We've all spent more time indoors, especially during this pandemic, and more time using technology. Now, while technology is great for entertainment and socializing, it's not that good for our bodies. It encourages us to spend a lot of time looking down or laying down, or sometimes getting into positions that just aren't good for our bodies and posture. Now, I'm not suggesting we stop using technology altogether, but there are things we can do to help our pupils and children while they're using tech. Here's a few ideas of things that you might want to consider. When gaming or using a laptop, make sure your child is sitting in a comfortable chair and remember to check for the 90-90-90 position I mentioned earlier. When using an iPad, encourage your child to not lay down in strenuous positions. If they want to lay down, ask your child to lay on the floor on their tummy. Laying on your front and holding yourself up with your arms requires core strength and shoulder strength. it's actually a great position to read a book or colour or play some games. You could look into buying a laptop stand or an iPad stand, which holds the device at the correct level. They can normally be adjusted to suit each individual. Another option could be giving your child an exercise ball to sit on while they watch TV or play on one of their games consoles. It's great fun sitting on something bouncy, and what the child doesn't realise is that actually they're working their core muscles to help them stay balanced. So staying on the theme of technology, another useful tip is to use a timer when your child is using an electronic device. Having a set amount of time to use the device can limit hours of sitting in the same position. You could also use the timer for a movement break. For example, 30 minutes of gaming, pause the game, 10 minutes of a movement break, and then go back to the game. The movement break could be used to tidy their room, walk the dog, ride the bike, play an active game, or just some exercise. So children of both primary school and secondary school age are using backpacks more and more to carry things to school. If your child or pupil is using a backpack for school, make sure that they're using it correctly. Here are some things to consider. Don't overfill the backpack. Carrying too much weight on your back isn't good. Make sure the straps are comfortable, wide, padded and pulled tight enough, but not too tight. Ensure the bag is as close to their back as possible. Whenever we carry anything weighty, whether it's on our back or not, we should try to carry the item as close to our body as possible. This will help to take the weight off of our spine and maintain alignment. Holding a heavy object away from your body puts extra stress on your muscles and on your back, and this could result in an injury. For pupils who have an adaptive device to support them, such as a specialised chair, make sure you're keeping a close eye on how well the child fits in their chair. It seems really obvious, but sometimes we forget. Children grow so quickly, and it's important to not wait until the child no longer fits into the chair to consider getting a new one. Their chair should be changed as they grow. Thanks for listening to me today. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel where you will find lots more informative, helpful and interesting videos. Stay tuned, more coming soon.